And something opened my eyes, and I'm not sure, remind me if we said this on the podcast, Johnny, or were we just talking in private, but I actually got to the point where I was making fun of people when they said like Fox News and CNN. It's the same, dude. I've gotten to the point where when people come up with this idea, Fox News is corrupt and they're lying to you. CNN, they're corrupt and they're lying to you. And they've almost got the exact same agendas. The point is to make, like, they lie to you and they'll fucking steer the narrative so that you're angry about the other side. But they're both at the same time just trying to get clicks. They're both just trying to fucking get money from advertisers. They're both trying to compete, keep this country at war with each other while they distract us from the fact that we're all fucked. All right? That's why I thought that was such a basic, common denominator idea that I would make fun of people when they were like, hey man, Fox, the right and the left are the same. I'm like, oh, well done, you genius. Wow, did you just read a book? It's like when people show up and they're like, hey, you know what? Religion's not real. And you're like, wow, great. In 2021, you're still saying that? Or is it 2022 right now? Whatever. You know what? COVID don't count. 2020 didn't count. But then it was only recently with all the CNN stuff that people were like, I started to go, I actually think a lot of people don't know that. I think a vast majority of people think that Fox News and CNN and like nearly everyone in between is that they're actually honest networks. I think the vast majority, I'm blown. It came from the Rogan stuff. I'm actually shocked that people think these networks don't have an agenda. They're actually out to help you. That's what people, I think the vast majority of people go, you CNN, if it's on CNN, it has to be real. Fucking Joe Rogan, snorting dewormer, horse dewormer. And like, well, it's not true. We know that's not true. And they're like, oh, well, and even the CNN guy went on the fucking Joe Rogan show and he was like, you said this. And they're like, well, we shouldn't have said that. And then it was like, he came out of that interview. I don't know who's in charge of CNN, but he fucking got a phone call and said, yeah, all right. In my office, take your pants off, you're getting spanked. Next day, he was like, well, I know I said that we lied, but I actually didn't mean that we lied. We didn't lie. It's like, you fucking lying. Fox News has their own agenda. They're lying. They're teaching you to be afraid all the time. You go to New York City, you'd imagine the fucking subway is nothing but people getting pushed and in front of trains and getting stabbed in the face all day. It's not too bad. There's a lot of homeless and they smell, but it's like there's very little crime. For the vast majority of people that are out here, there's like 119 million people living in Manhattan. I could be wrong on those numbers. Fucking don't embarrass me, Johnny. Don't search it. Don't embarrass me. Yeah. So I can't even remember what I was point. The point was Valentine's Day. Stupid. That was the whole point about my little fucking political rant. But I just recently, I couldn't believe when people were like, with the Rogan stuff, and I hate to drag on this Rogan stuff, but like, you know, it does tend to be, there was a clip that went around of all the super liberal gay shit that Rogan had said. And it was like a montage of him being like, I support Bernie, rich people are too rich. I'm happy to pay as much taxes as I can as long as it goes towards actually doing something. I don't want us to be at war with random countries for no fucking reason. And he had all sorts of la-di-da gender opinions, right? And it seemed like he was like a real fucking soy boy. They really made him out to be a real cock in this clip. But if you watch that clip and you never seen anything about him, you'd go, look at this liberal super fairy, right? But because he has another clip where he's bad, unfortunately we live in a world where you got to be perfect 100% of the time. And if you fail, if you have one mark wrong, you're fucked. Be it 70 something times. But whatever. You understand what I'm trying to say? You understand what I'm trying to say? I've got Valentine's Day tonight. I accidentally booked a very expensive restaurant. I am fucked. I didn't really look at it. I just saw some place. It looked like it was like a good little restaurant. It was like, I was like, oh, it's $100 per person. That'll be fine. Booked it, put it on the card. I say, all right. And then what we do is my girl will get the tip. All right. I'm not made of money here, dude. I'm not. Just please support the Patreon so I can bring my girl to a nice dinner. Because I fucked myself with this one. So I was like 100 per person. You know what? Plus tip, she'll get 40. We'll have a little preset meal. It'll be nice. It's no cheap dinner, but it's like whatever. Turns out I vastly didn't look at anything because I'm an idiot. Turns out it's 100 and like 29 per person, right? Plus then your tax. So then you've got it's like 500 per person. No, sorry. So that means it's 150 per person, not including your tip. So that's 300. So then you got your tip on top of that, which will be another 60. That's not including drinks. Also, there's going to be an upcharge on certain steaks. You get a free filet mignon, but then you can get some other shit that you have to pay another $50. And I know my girl, you can't fucking put enough food in that bitch's mouth, man. I'm telling you. If it's there to be ordered, it's what she does. You know when does the old trick where you go, give me the second cheapest bottle of wine, please. You don't have to order the cheapest because you look like a prick. But then you go, give me the second. So that's like her, but she goes, give me the most expensive thing on his credit card. So I gotta convince her to be vegan tonight. Anyway, I'm not gonna end up dropping $4.50 on this fucking thing. I'm fucked. I'm really fucked. I'm wondering if is there a way to get out of this? Like, could I do something? Could I create a quick rumor on the internet that, it's like this restaurant, the owner sexually harassed some staff? Like, how many hit pieces during the Me Too movement were kind of just like someone who just didn't want to go to dinner with his wife? So he said, he created a vlog. It's like fully, like undisclosed, anonymous. I used to work at this restaurant from 2019 to 2021. It was a toxic environment. One of the managers said I could get better shifts if I blew him. The owner, when I told him, he said, hey, I'll give you more pay if you blow me. Some guy slapped my ass. There was one of the chefs, once I saw him coming in the clam chowder. Anyway, avoid at all costs. And it's just a guy. And then he shows us girls like, can't go there. Let's just eat home. Let's just order Chinese. Huh? I'd love to bring you for a nice expensive. Well, why don't we go to the expensive dinner across the road? Give me 25 minutes to find another vlog. Maybe that's the way for me to get out of this dinner.